There's a time in all of our lives that we struggle with the person we see in the mirror. It's what we do with the pain we see that determines our direction. For some of us, the heartache seems too much to bear. As children, we're resilient, filled with hope, despite the abuse we've endured. As our families are broken apart, it's hard to understand what's happening inside. The anger becomes rage, spilling out of us like poison. No little girl dreams of growing up to give herself away or sell a part of herself she believes she can never get back. Her innocence was taken and nothing seemed to matter the moment it was gone. We just lose our way, drowning ourselves in a sea of regret and shame. Alone, ashamed, abandoned, we fall away, deep into despair. We become prisoners of our own stories. It takes us places we thought we'd never go. We didn't start out this way. The rejection, the isolation, the broken heart. We go where we feel we belong because we crave connection, and we will take it where we can find it. We compromise ourselves. We misunderstand love. So we take what we believe we're worth. In time, we allow what we once told ourselves we never would. Our children watch. The cycle begins. We make decisions in the midst of our deepest sorrow, never believing in that moment we will lose everything that mattered most to us. Addiction, abuse, crime. These were our stories. We own them. Why? Because our stories hold great power. If we own them, they do not own us. Now let me tell you a new story, a love story. Because it's not how you start that matters. It's how you finish. That's my husband, Michael Bryant, and I right there. I spent most of my 20s in federal prison for 9 armed bank robberies. Michael spent 9 years in some of America's toughest prisons. Quite a couple, I know. It's difficult to share the truth of who we were because it's not who we are today. We decided to let our mess be our message because who we were is why we do what we do. Michael and I have both spent many years inside of prisons and programs and on parole, and we clearly saw what wasn't working. In 1999, inside of a prison cell, I was given a vision for Crossing the Jordan Academy. This place, it would give ex-cons and prostitutes and addicts and homeless and the abused a chance for total life change, but not the way the system was doing it. You see, I knew my pain had purpose. When I met Michael, he believed in me, in the vision, and in people. His pain had purpose too. That's when this all began. We got married, and then with only $500, we opened that thrift store right there. That first store is in a very rough area where addicts and prostitutes frequent. It was perfect, a light in the darkness. Now, we had a store, but no product. At 6 a.m. every morning, Michael and I and our 3 and 5-year-old youngest children of 5, we put door knockers asking people to donate items to a store that wasn't open yet for a place that we were still believing for. We were so nervous the first time we went to pick up. We would get weary along the way, and that day we just needed a sign we were headed in the right direction. So as a family, we sat in the truck and prayed, God, please show us if we're doing what you want us to do. That day, it changed our family forever. As far as the eye could see, street after street, bags in front of every single house. Those neighbors, they believed. We had no racks to hang the clothes that were donated, and Friedman Brothers believed. They helped us get the material to build our own racks and shelves and counters. We needed paint and more supplies. Kelly Moore believed. And many more businesses and people just started believing. It's crazy to think all this started in that store. Michael and I and the kids just loving on the unlovable. It has to start with love. People need to know you care before they care about what you know. Crossing the Jordan Academy is a full immersion experience where you train for life and business. We don't care where our students have been. We only care about where they want to go. In our modern culture, we seem to agree that we become who we tell ourselves we are. With that in mind, why as a society are we so committed to the theory that addicts have an incurable disease? It's a death sentence. Most importantly, that theory, it demands dependency and breeds hopelessness, and we're better than that. At Crossing the Jordan, we don't allow what has happened to us to be an excuse for anything. We take extreme ownership of our actions, and this is where transformation begins. Did you know that America's all-in cost for addiction is $1 trillion per year? That's 17% of all government spending, all of our tax-paying dollars, and the problem is getting worse. Michael and I knew this was at the heart of the problem. An untrained mind, when in survival, will take the easy road, the handout. The problem is we don't grow this way, and we find ourselves back to where we started. We need to earn while we learn. We know that by assuming total responsibility for our choices meant that we had to be all in for our own life change, not expecting others or the government to pay for it. We created industries, a social enterprise, and we do not rely on one government dollar to fund our mission. We funded our first residential home for the Academy within 5 months of opening that first store. Today, well, we have 6 retail locations, a moving company, a tree care service, a massive recycling operation, and many more industries, funding over 110 residents with their children, and we're only getting started. That's our corporate offices right there and our training facility. We've come a long way. 85% success rate among graduates. That is crazy good. Why? Because we went back to the basics. We believe in honoring our country, the flag, the fallen soldiers, and the men and women in blue who have given their lives for our freedom. We understand that dignity comes from an honest day's work, and serving our community is our duty. And most of all, unapologetically, God is our refuge. In America, it is easy to become entitled, ungrateful, feeling owed somehow. We knew that if we served children in Africa on a mission, our students would get a new perspective and their problems wouldn't seem so big. Today, we serve hundreds of children in Nairobi, Africa, where we have taken over full operations of a children's village. Michael created an experiential training called Intrepid. Together, we train our students to push past their limited beliefs, to release the pain of their pasts, develop mental toughness, which is possible despite the trauma many of us have endured, and have courage in the face of fear. We have raised the bar, and we are elite training for life change. And oh, lives are being changed. Laura, she is free to smile again. Brian and Jonathan have never gone back to prison. Brian, he is in school to become a chef. Sonia, she's reunited with her 3 children, whole and healed. Leah, she works at the academy as most grads do, and we were all there to watch her walk down the aisle. Justin, he's quite a joker today, literally on this day, as he found the courage to go after his acting career and just shot his first commercial. Luis, that's our son-in-law and our oldest daughter. Because of where we'd been, we knew how to support him into his new life with our grandchildren. Christian, fatherhood is his greatest joy, and family is what matters most to him now. Victoria came here broken-hearted, abused, and rejected, and committed to breaking the cycle for her girls and finally fulfill her dream of becoming a dental assistant. She's getting married to that amazing guy right there. Jessica, there is nothing like the pain of losing your child because of your addiction. Well, most mothers, they never recover from that. Not Jessica. She never gave up on her son or the possibility of being loved and honored. Jessica and Bjorn, they are reunited. There are so many more stories. Miracles happen here every day. Our mission is to change the way we approach addiction and homelessness and crime. We're not victims. We do not have an incurable disease. We are a movement of people committed to our tribe, and we intend to change the world, one soul at a time. We've taken our lives back. We are free.
Hey, Sarah here again. You may have seen our movie, but have you seen our 3-minute documentary of why we're in Africa? Well, coming up next, stay tuned.
That's my husband, Michael Bryant, right there. We founded Crossing the Jordan together. He's in Nairobi, Africa, at our children's home. Let me tell you the story of why he's there. Crossing the Jordan recycles textiles from donations and items that are unsold or unusable. In case you didn't know, Crossing the Jordan is a residential 18-month academy for those that want to change their lives. That's Katie right there, soon to be a graduate of the academy and the best warehouse manager we've ever had. Lily is a graduate and she loves to run that baler. Those bales get shipped on containers to Africa. It helps fund our mission. Michael built relationships with some local Kenyans, and he had a dream of opening a home for children in Kenya and sending our academy students to serve the children there. Why, you ask? Because no one is ever the same after serving on a mission. As Americans, it's so easy to get entitled, dwelling on our problems, turning to drugs and alcohol to numb the pain. We believe by giving our students a new perspective, it would change their lives, our organization, and ultimately our communities. Crossing the Jordan believes by serving those Kenyan orphans, we'll change Kenya.
We're going to the supermarket. What are we going to get at the supermarket? Sweets? Yeah, have you ever been to a supermarket before? Chocolate is sweet. So hey, let me ask you. Have you ever been to a supermarket?
No.
So this is like a field trip. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Very good. We're going to have fun. We're going to terrorize the store.
Michael flew to Kenya with no plan, all faith, and visited the home you see now. He fell in love with the children, those children. Michael reached out to the founder as soon as he got back home. Mama Mary Matobo, the founder, was dying in a hospital in California, only a few hours away from us here. Michael and Mama Mary spoke and connected immediately, and she told him that God had sent him to care for her children. 2 days later, Mary passed. Crossing the Jordan now fully funds the home, and the rest is, well, history. Our first team has gone to Africa now. Sarah, Leah, Julie, Wes, Anton, Linda, and Barney. Well, they will never be the same. They came back on fire and inspiring others at the Academy to serve our community and never give up. Our older children, Jake and Chelsea, serve there too now, building basketball courts and bringing joy and hope. We have big plans for the orphanage that houses up to 300 children. A cement floor just got installed, and we are plowing acres of land to grow onions to create jobs for graduates of the orphanage. That's most of us right there. We have over 114 resident students at the Academy right now. We sure have grown since 2011. Today, our tribe, our Crossing the Jordan family, includes our children in Kenya. By serving them, we're better humans. By gaining a new perspective, our problems don't seem so big, and we are set free to be who we were always meant to be. Thank you to those of you who serve along with us by supporting our mission to change lives.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Crossing the Jordan, and to all the supporters that was able to make this trip happen. We love you. We love you. So I hope you liked the video. And I have some more great news for you. You are able to sponsor one of those children in Africa, and 100% of the proceeds go straight to the children. So go to the counter. I'm actually gonna go to the counter right now. I'll see you there. You're not going yet. Get over there. You know you want to.
What are you doing, Sarah?
Hi, Lee. I'm trying to find the camera so we can go out to Mark West Event Center. And I want to get Emma and Manny, who are sitting up for one of my best friend's wedding this weekend. And I want to get some good shots of them just making the pace look beautiful. But I cannot find the camera. So might not be going out there and doing shots. But oh, so you know where it is.
Yeah, it's right over there.
I knew that. I was just, okay, I'll see you down there. Bye. So, headed out to the lodge right now. I do this drive a good amount of times a week. But it's a cool ride. It's a beautiful, beautiful road. Are you sure you don't want coffee? Are you good?
Are you good?
I think
we should get coffee.
I mean,
We can't tell Dana.
is it on you?
Is it on
Oh, I have Dana's card!
You have Dana's card?
Wait, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I do not.
You do not. Okay, sorry. It's on me.
But where we're going right now is the Mark West Event Center location,
Okay.
and we just opened it recently. We got to remodel the whole place. It's beautiful. It's definitely a monumental. Oops.
That's great. We'll just see in a second.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see it. And then we have Emma who's now putting on like the whole event planning and service that we have there. And so people can rent it out for their weddings or any, just cool events that they have going on. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, there it is there. Bye.
Road trip! Oh, Emma, it looks so beautiful in here. I just did a little
Sarah.
walk around.
Yeah, it looks
I
bomb,
love it.
huh?
This is so pretty. I'm gonna have to have this. So what's the whole theme? Are you gonna have in all the different rooms?
So we're gonna be using the entire space. So in this room, it's gonna be all the dinner set up. In the bar area, we're gonna have a farm table with the charcuterie board, dessert
Yes.
table. We'll have the cake table in here, but the full separate dessert spread will be in there. And then we have the bar going with all the drinks, and outside the ceremony is happening, and
Oh yeah, check that out.
then in the two small dining rooms behind you is gonna be all the dancing.
Yep. I'm so excited for Saturday.
Yeah, they have DJ
Just-
Sin.
That's so awesome.
Wait till next weekend. Are you gonna be here helping?
I will be.
On-
I'm there.
We have back-to-back events on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is a celebration of life, Saturday is a baby shower, and Sunday is another wedding.
Oh, awesome.
And then the following wedding, we have a quince.
Oh, that one's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I just love how this place can just be, it's just like that. Switch
Yep.
it into a different event every
Yeah.
single weekend. That's awesome. Is Alberto outside?
He is. He's setting up.
I'm gonna see it. It looks beautiful though.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see this all set up. I think that's where they're gonna get.
Sarah,
Hey, how are you?
you're here.
Yes.
Hi.
I come for a little grand tour out here.
You ready to
It's
check
not
it
really-
out?
It's not really little, but it's
No,
so.
it can hold up to 200 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This is the
love it.
most iconic
I'm guessing
part.
that's where they're getting married under.
Actually in front of the rock wall fountain.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful romantic places on the property.
I love it.
Check it out.
What's up there? That's all.
Right up there we have 2 full-size bocce ball courts. I think that are great for an outdoor summer farmhouse,
Yeah.
farm table type of dinner outside
How
during the
awesome.
summer. Would you like to check it out?
Yes.
Right here is part of the landscaped gardens.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It also plays as a really good place for you to have your wedding photos taken.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Which
Let me see.
at Mark West,
Yes, it's perfect.
right? Out here we have so many natural, beautiful outdoor options for you to have some amazing photos taken
So pretty.
for you, your family, the wedding party. The bocce ball courts are right here. Sarah, right here's our bocce ball courts that are available to the bride and groom or anybody that is interested in having an outdoor event. Mark West Event Center doubles as an outdoor or an indoor event. So if you had your wedding in December, you could absolutely have it inside and still feel like you're a part of nature.
Oh, I love it.
This is a great area for a farm table themed dinner, an outdoor evening with your friends. We also do birthdays, celebration of life. Anything that the customer can imagine, we can produce it for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's great that it can just transition into so many different events.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so excited to see Saturday. It's going to look beautiful.
We're very thrilled to have Lee and Travis have their wedding here. It's really awesome to share special moments with the community. Yeah.
Well, thank you for showing me.
You're so welcome.
I can't
So
wait.
good
All
to
your hard
see
work.
you.
Can't wait to see it Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's go back inside.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you want to buy Sarah flowers,
Just go ahead now.
yes. I love the 90s. What are we doing right now?
So this area at the Mark West Event Center is the beautiful bar area. And this room is designed for a setup of dessert bars, coffee bars, wine bars, for all the company of the events to come mingle and just have fun and here to all celebrate together. And the cool thing about this area is that the bar is so unique because it can actually be set up by the event planner to suit the theme that they're going for what they got going on that day and night. So then it can really be in for a show.
All right.
Yeah.
We're Yo, what are we doing?
All right. Well, I was just able to sneak away from Alberto so we can sneak in the bride and groom's lounge that we got going on at Mark West Event Center. It's basically our version of MTV's Cribs. And it's beautiful. So in here is perfect amount of space for the bride and the bride party. And the best thing about it, there's amazing amount of mirrors. You know that every bride wants to be able to see what they're looking like when they walk down the big aisle. And there's space to get your hair done. If you hire your hair or makeup person come here, over here is another area. Love it. And then in here we have where usually the men don't need as much space as the women, so it's a perfect amount of space for the groom party. Yeah, and then don't worry, we have some DJ stuff in here because we do have a on-the-site DJ if you wanted to hire her for your events, DJ Sinclair. She's amazing. But yeah, so I think I hear Alberto, so I think we should go out the back way.
Let's go back before that. Should we show them some cool people?
Oh, my best friend just got married here over the weekend and it was stunning. And so Lee, get that B-roll going. So there you have it. Book now at www.markwesteventcenter.com so we can help you plan your next event. Hi, I'm Sarah, Crossing the Jordan graduate. Thanks for coming into one of our many of locations that Crossing the Jordan has. And I hope you, because I definitely have seen you here before at all our other stores that we have offer, but I bet you don't know about all the other industries we have at Crossing the Jordan. So come take a little journey with us. And got Lee right over there behind the camera. Roll it! Hi, I'm Sarah, a Crossing the Jordan Academy graduate. I bet you just think we're a whole bunch of thrift stores. Oh my God, cute! Well, I have some great news for you. We are a full service and licensed moving, packing, and storage company that can move you locally or across country. Good work, gentlemen! Wait a minute, there's more. We are a licensed tree service providing highly skilled tree removal, trimming, stump grinding, and other landscape needs. Timber! I've always wanted to say that. Need some handyman or plumbing work done at your home or business? We've got you covered there too. You've got us covered, right?
Yep.
Oh, and we can haul away your junk and landscaping debris. See, we are so much more than our retail locations. By hiring us, you partner up with us to make an impact in your community. Hey, Sarah Johnson here again, graduate of Crossing the Jordan. I have some exciting news for you. So here at Crossing Jordan, we have full disclosures, which are our testimonies. It's our own personal stories, which God has brought us here. So roll it, Lee.
Right before I came to Crossing the Jordan, I wanted to die. And I grew up a Catholic and I didn't believe in suicide, but I made a deal with God. If I didn't get my life together and do something, I was gonna put a bullet in my brain. Well, I mean, I started using drugs when I was a kid, but like the last 2 years, well, I'm just telling you guys because I didn't know, you know what I mean? So, I started using drugs when I was young. The first time I drank and smoked weed, I was going out of 8th grade. But it was really it was the 2 years when I started slamming heroin that things were bad. I'd been molested my whole life, sexually assaulted, I'd been raped. But the abusive relationship with my kid's dad, that's really what brought me to the point of no return. Right before I came to Crossing the Jordan, I wanted to die. And I grew up a Catholic and I didn't believe in suicide, but I made a deal with God. If I didn't get my life together and do something, I was gonna put a bullet in my brain. I didn't have my kids. I hadn't seen them in almost 9 months. My kid's dad had tried to kill me again. He stabbed me 6 times. I had no contact with my family. And I had been awake for eight days, and I was in this prostitute's house. She was crazy. I was planning on robbing her, and instead I nodded out. I woke up in the morning and she had a butcher knife in her hand, and she was talking to invisible people how she was gonna go slaughter her neighbors who were snake charmers. And God gave me such a clear picture of this is exactly what my life was gonna be if I didn't do something immediately. And in that moment, I called my uncle and he picked me up. I used everything to numb the pain. I was really strung out on heroin. I slammed it every day, smoked meth, smoked marijuana, popped pills, 3 packs of cigarettes, anything I could get my hands on, anything I could get my hands on. So I never felt safe as a child growing up. I never felt protected. I always was scared and I couldn't figure out why. And when I was 16, I met my kid's dad. He was 22. He had just got out of jail. He had a strike. I thought he was a badass. And in my naive sense of reality, I thought that meant he could protect me. And getting with him was the biggest mistake of my life. And he in turn hurt me more than I've ever been hurt. And I used drugs to escape the current reality I was in with him and all the abuse that I endured because of the relationship I had with him. It destroyed my family. So I have always been a single mom. My son Jason is 17, my daughter Emily will be 16 in a few months, and it was always just the kids and I. Their dad has always been in and out of jail or prison or using drugs and has never been there. So I literally was all the kids had. And when I got really strung out on drugs, I couldn't take care of them and I was selfish. And in my head, I felt that by asking my parents to take care of them, I was doing my children a favor. And so they were living with my parents. My parents had totally cut me off, no contact with them, no phone calls, no relationship, nothing. And I hadn't seen my kids in almost 9 months, and it was devastating them. Since coming to the Academy, I've learned about myself. The biggest thing is that I'm worth it. I've learned how important it is to have a community of people around you and a tribe that can celebrate with you, suffer with you, encourage you, and run the race of life with you. I've learned how important it is to be a mom, to show up and suit up every day, how to presence myself in a way that impacts others, and how to serve other people and get outside of myself. I feel my work ethic is amazing. In 6 days, it will have been 6 years since I've come to Crossing the Jordan, and I've literally only called in sick to work 1 time in 6 years. My relationship with my family and children is more amazing than I could have ever imagined. My kids and I connect on such a different level, I didn't even think it was possible. My family trusts me now. They allow me in their house. They invite me to do things. We vacation together. We have dinner together. We have a great time. The vision that I have for my life, I'm currently walking out. to serve my community in a way that keeps me grounded and humble. I'm enrolling in school in September, and I'm gonna start the paralegal program. Ever since I was 10 years old, I've wanted to be a lawyer, and I'm finally taking the steps necessary to enter into the law field. I wanna get married, I wanna have 2 more kids, and I wanna be able to work at Crossing the Jordan and serve everyone here every day in transformation of their lives. I'm so fucking excited for my future.
My name is Christy McDonald, and this is my full disclosure.